what snack do you get to have? Someone spilled blueberries everywhere? You're like a little vacuum. You're like a little vacuum. You're leaving behind some blueberry goo. How is it, Malo? Is it good? Is it good? I love you. Hi, this is Jenna with Brown Dot Craft Company, and today I'm making a card with the Spellbinders Glimmer of the Month and Large Die of the Month from June 2023. So these are the dies that make the whale, and here is the whale put together. I thought I was filming the whale being put together, and I was not. So I used some black cardstock and some white cardstock and glued the whale together there. And then the Glimmer of the Month is waves. So I have some blue foil, some hammermill cardstock, and those are the waves right there. And here are the results. So we peel back the foil from our glimmer machine and our cardstock, and it's so pretty. So I'm going to take those off my platform. It's already heated up and ready. And here I've got the sentiment from the Glimmer of the Month, sending waves. And the whale is from Whale in a Bottle. And now I'm using the hinge method on this. So I tape the die down, and then I flip the die over and pull it back just a little bit, and then put the foil underneath, and then tape the die down on top of it. So I'm doing 2 waves in blue, 1 wave in silver, and the sentiment will be in silver. So here, while those heat up, or while that heats up, I'm taking a sand eraser and just erasing a little bit of the overfoiling, which is where the foil gets where you don't want it to be on your cardstock. And then this set comes with dies that die cut out each of the waves. So I'm going to line those up and tape those down with some post-it tape, and just make sure when you are taping onto your cardstock, you don't put the tape on the foil, because the tape will lift up the foil a little bit. Now, when this ran through my die cut machine, it didn't cut that one wave perfectly. It got misaligned a little bit, but we're just going to go with it. So we'll run those through the die cut machine quick. And this platform is heated up, so I will run that through my Platinum 6 slowly, and when that's done, I'll put it back in the dock here. We'll take off the shims, and then my favorite part, the peel and reveal. So sending an ocean of things. Now there is a little bit of overfoil on here. Oh, there's the silver wave. So there is a little bit of overfoil on here. I'm going to take my sand eraser and erase some of the big pieces. I did erase some smaller parts, and it just ended up taking a little bit of the foil off the paper, so I probably should have left it in hindsight, but it still worked out. So this panel is slightly smaller than A2, so slightly smaller than 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So here I'm taking some Distress Oxide inks and my blending brushes in 3 colors: Weathered Wood, Salvage Patina, and Peacock Feathers. So I wanted my ocean to look a little bit stormy. So I'm going to go right down the center with some Weathered Wood, because you're not going to see the bottom of the panel. It's going to be covered by the waves. So here I'm trimming off the sides to free those foiled waves from the cardstock. The dies only cut the top and the bottom, and then you just have to trim off the edges. And then we're going to ink blend Weathered Wood onto the tops of the waves. So we'll have to figure out which way the waves are going to go and which side is the top. So I want this to be subtle, so I'm going to ink blend the Weathered Wood on first. And then when we ink blend some Salvage Patina on top of the Weathered Wood, it will subdue it quite a bit, but give it a different hue than the rest of the wave. So now here I'm going to come in and blend the whole top of this panel with the Selvage Patina. And I'm just going to slowly add color and bring the color down until I get a nice blend with the weathered wood. And so it's better to use a lighter hand here and ink blend for longer so that you can get a nice smooth blend. And oxides give such a nice blend when you put them on your cardstock. And hammermill cardstock is great cardstock for ink blending too. So then I'll move on to the waves, and we'll ink blend the rest of the waves with Selvage Patina too. And it's hard to tell on camera, but that's the blue foil, and then this is the silver foil, and then the other one, the other wave, is also blue. So in real life you can definitely tell the difference between the colors of foil. It's just a little hard it's hard to tell on camera. So we'll get a nice blend going on all of these. And then we'll come in with the darkest color, which is going to be peacock feathers, and I'm using the same blending brush for that. I'll just clean it off on a microfiber cloth after. But so that we'll put that at the bottom of the waves. So as we layer the waves, we'll be able to see dimension. So here's the peacock feather, and just at the bottom. And then I will also do peacock feathers at the top of the card panel. And then when you're all done, you should take like a paper towel or a dry cloth and gently buff over your cardstock, because this technique is called foil resist, and the foil will resist the ink, and you want to wipe away any of the ink that's sitting on top of the foil with a cloth. So that way it won't smudge on your fingers and you'll be able to see your foil nicely through there. So here we have the panel, and let's figure out how we should put these waves. Which one we want at the top. So we'll start with the blue and then go to silver and then end with blue. So I definitely want some dimension, but I think if we pop up all three waves, that would be too much dimension. So let's just pop up the second two waves. So this one will glue directly on the card, and we'll kind of nestle that one wave into the sentiment there. And then I'll use some foam squares to pop up this wave, and I'm flipping it over because it's the same wave as the one above it and I don't want it to look identical. So completely disregard that I'm gluing it down right here. In about 2 seconds I will realize my mistake and pick it up and add some foam squares. So we'll put 4 foam squares on the back, and then line that up. And it's okay if it overhangs on the edge of the panel because we're going to trim it off in the end. And then for this third wave, we're going to have to add 2 layers of foam squares down on the bottom because that second wave is already popped up. So if we want this wave to also be popped up, we need to add another layer of foam square. So I will use a combination of small foam squares and large foam squares for that. And that looks really good. I love how the waves are all different colors. And then these are little birds from a Simon Says stamp set. I think it was from last summer, and it's called Beach Huts. So I thought those little birds were a perfect addition in the sky. Just needed a little more something up there. So I stamped those with some VersaFine black. And then here's that cute whale, and we're going to nestle him in the waves here. So I'll add some foam squares, doubling up on some layers if needed. And then to make it look like he's popping out of the water, we're going to put him down in between the second and third wave, and then his tail is going to come up toward the surface there. So we'll tuck him in, get his little fin out. He's so cute. I made another card with him a couple weeks ago. I did a bottle-shaped card, so I will link that one at the end of the video so you can see that one too. These are some Spellbinders discs. They're called Lagoon Smooth Discs. They're the Color Essential Sequins. And I added 3 of those up on top, the smallest. It looks like there's going to be 3 or 4 sizes in the pack. So then here I will trim off with my lawn scissors the edges of the card, so anything that's hanging off. And then once that's done, it looks so good. Once that's done, we'll get a card base here and score down the center, and then I'm going to use some double-sided adhesive, and I'll add that to the card base here, and then line up the card on top so it has just a nice white border, which I think looks really nice and complements the whale and brings the card all together. There we go. I think that looks great. I love when you can combine foiling with the dies set. Thanks for stopping by. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content. I hope you have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.